What up, world of Wi-Fi? Another dose of energy with Eddie Boy. With me, Eddie Bray Jr., aka Eddie Boy, of course. And y'all might be looking at this right here, but I just got this today. shout out to my Shout out to my boy Neldon Diogi over at Barbershop 101 over in Daly City. Yeah, so I met him over at the bowling alley over here, Classic Bowling Center. Shout out to Classic Bowling Center. But yeah, I got to know Neldon or Nelly as a lot of people call him, and we were just chopping it up, and then yeah, we started noticing that we both had similar things in common. One thing was wrestling, and for those that know, this right here, and the reason why I got it, I mean, it goes all the way to the back. Hold on. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it goes all the way. So, yeah. If y'all live in the area, look up my boy Neldon Diogi over at Barbershop 101, top of the hill. And for those that do live in the area, it's literally right across from Philam. Those that know, shout out to Philam. They got some bomb ass food. But again, we were talking one day, and then one thing led to another. Of course, we were talking about wrestling, which is something we both have a general interest in, and we were talking about golden era, attitude era, and everything that just comes with wrestling. I showed him the belt, of course, and for those that don't remember, it's right here. Yeah. So, I mean, I got a picture from when this was all said and done. Like I said, Neldon Diogi, Barbershop 101. Shout out to all y'all over there at Barbershop 101. So, and this was my first time. I mean, it's a legit barbershop. It's one of those, it's like in the movies. Like in the movie. It's one of those barbershops where they blast music, talk shop, stories of just whatever. It's an experience. I mean, for me, my first time actually stepping foot in a legit barbershop, it's hella sick. So yeah, I even told them straight up, once I get this, I took a picture, posed like Road Warrior Hawk. Hence the inspiration. May look a little funny, but hey, I think it looks dope. So, yeah, I mean, since the beginning of the channel, I've always said wrestling was one of my inspirations, right? So, again, boom, all the way to the back. Look, I know y'all heard that. So, yeah, I think it looks dope. Y'all can comment, blast me. I don't care. This is what I've been wanting to do for over 10 years. I think it came out sick. I was used to do it. Who doesn't love the Road Warriors if you're a wrestling fan? Right? Because, first and foremost, Road Warriors were one of the dopest tag teams that were ever created. Legendary in my book, because they took on some of the greatest tag teams. Steiner Brothers, Demolition, Natural Disasters, Earthquake, and Typhoon, later known as Tugboat. So, yeah, I mean, I can go on and on about wrestling. Everybody knows that. Those that know me, like, real close, know that I am almost almost. Not completely, but almost an encyclopedia when it comes to wrestling. So, and I mean, you can't mention wrestling without the Road Warriors, right? They had some famous matches. And like, even though this isn't the exact same thing as Hawks, my boy Nelden said it's a more modern version. So there we go. Take a little getting used to. I'm probably gonna change, like, fix it up a little, make it so it looks a little bit more like what Hawk actually had. But yeah, since the first video and this being one of my inspirations, boom. It's gonna take some getting used to. I'll say that, but I'll be damned if I wasn't used to do it. But yeah, I mean, like I was saying, Road Warriors, big influence in the wrestling industry. One of my favorite tag teams, one of my top 5 tag teams, actually. Just because from the start, and y'all may say this isn't exactly what Hawk had, but you know what? True followers of wrestling know that in NWA days, when they first popped up on the scene, that, like, this is kind of what Hawk had. This is what he was rocking at the time, before he actually fine-tuned it and made it the Double Hawk that it eventually became. But yeah, and I know it's been a hot minute since I threw out one of these, so I figured it was time. What better way? Show off my new dude. Looks a little funny just from the top view, but yeah. Here. Let's get a better look at it. So, boom. All the way there. And then let's hit the back. See that? It goes all the way down, like I said. I showed it earlier, but this is more complete view. So, love it, hate it. I mean, I love it, but love it, hate it. Everyone got their own opinion, but you know what? I did it. I love it. It's probably one of the craziest things I've done besides starting this channel. Getting this guy here and just doing a lot of the major things in my life. But this has got to be one of the coolest. So if you like it, hit the thumbs up. If y'all haven't, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, turn on all notifications. I know that I don't do these too often. I mean, I know that I should be, but this is just something I had to put out there. I know it's been a hot minute, so. But when the mood strikes me, like now, today of all days, it's alright. Taking my love of wrestling to another level, just like when I got this guy. So I can't stop staring at it. I'm sorry, y'all. I love it. It just came out so sick. But knock it if you want. Like I said, but true wrestling fans, y'all understand. Y'all know this. Like, I mean, getting this was one thing, and like even Nelly when I showed up in the shop, I had my jacket on. I was wearing it. I had my jacket on, and before we even got started, because like he hasn't seen it yet, but I told him about it, and like I showed him pictures of it and all that. But then I knew it was gonna be a different story once I actually like showed him face to face. So when I walked in there, I was like, I told him, "Yo, before we get anything started," took my jacket off, had the belt on. I was like, "Yeah, look at that. There you go." Because I know you haven't seen it yet. Here you go. Took it off. Let him hold it. He had to take a picture with it, just like most people, just like most wrestling fans would, underestimating what this really is and how heavy it is. I mean, look, y'all see. I mean, I know. Excuse me. I know in other videos I've expressed how heavy this sucker is, but and it looks like nothing. I mean, but look, like seriously, if it was like super light, it wouldn't do that. And plus, if it was super light, that little toss would have been like over my head already. So again, I'm expressing how heavy this sucker is. 15 pounds, y'all. I know I mentioned it before, but this is a ode in honor, however you want to put it, to one half of one of the greatest tag teams ever created in the wrestling business, Road Warrior Hawk. Legion of Doom, Road Warriors, however you want to refer to them. Of course, me being the wrestling fan I am, I always knew them as the Road Warriors. Legion of Doom was something that was named, or that was a name that was given when they hit WWE or WWF back in those days. But since inception and debut on the wrestling scene, they just straight dominated. Took out some of the best. Had a number of good rivalries. It just sucks that in the later years, Hawks, how do I want to put it, extracurricular activities during their run ended up getting the best of him, and eventually, once he like settled down, got serious with his life, it ended up being his downfall, even though he wasn't really how do you say, he wasn't really pursuing that life anymore, you know, the heavy partying and all that. But I gotta say, without people like the Road Warriors or anybody in the wrestling business that actually has a giant impact in the business, like you have to praise them in any way, shape, or form. And besides this being one of my one of my tributes to the wrestling business, me doing this, it's just another step in it. Like, it's just another step in taking my love of wrestling to another level. I mean, if this wasn't the first step, or this, I mean, everyone knows this being the first step in a lot of things with my love of wrestling, and one of the reasons why I wanted to do this channel. It's just one of those things that, I don't know, maybe not a lot of people will understand, but true wrestling fans new wrestling fans, for those that don't know, I broke it down. I mean, one of my top 5 favorite tag teams ever. Because if we really break down what the tag team scene meant and still means to the business. Because, all right, let me put it this way: my top 5 tag teams, right, from back then till today, we have, in no particular order, by any means, no particular order. You got the Road Warriors, you got the Steiners before Big Papa Pump went nuts and decided to go roid heavy. You got the Hart Foundation with the Hitman and the Anvil, or even the Hitman and Owen Hart. That's still a Hart Foundation. They're still family. Or even British Bulldog. Because, of course, anyone that, like I said, any hardcore wrestling fan that follows, or that has followed from back in the golden era up until, I think, just before the Attitude Era, you had the Hart Foundation, right? which the main 4, of course: Bret, Anvil, Owen, Bulldog. So any one of those 4, whenever the Hart Foundation music hit, it was a big draw. So yeah, I said Road Warriors, Steiners, Hart Foundation. Who else? Who else was a major tag team? Forgot. I had it in my head before I started this list, but yeah. New Day. New Day's one of my favorites to this day. Believe it or not, I mean, RK Bro, but newly crowned Raw Tag Team Champions, RK Bro, just because, I mean, it's Randy Orton, for one. You got the Viper with Riddle. Riddle. Like, I mean, I like Randy. I like what he's done with his character, but Riddle looks like a cool dude, and plus, he adds like another side of comic relief to the business, because when he talks, you don't know where he's gonna go. But yeah, I mean, those are just 5. I mean, I can, if I really think about it and dig deep, there's way more. I mean, there's Demolition, Natural Disasters, Bushwhackers. That belongs in my top 5. And like I said, the 5 that I mentioned, no particular order. It's just the ones that popped in my head. But Bushwhackers, Sting and the Ultimate Warrior back in NWA. Not a lot of people know that one. The Twin Towers. Yeah, Twin Towers. Sid and Undertaker. How many people know that one? Am I right? Who else? I mean, there's a bunch more. I mean, y'all can leave comments. Actually, yeah, leave a comment. Let me know who, It doesn't have to be in any particular order or like a short list of who your favorite tag teams are. And I mean, because I one, I want to know. Two, it lets me know how many hardcore wrestling fans are out there. And I know there's a bunch. I know I'm only like selected. I'm only like one of like 30 billion, maybe more. I mean, 30 billion is a big ass number. So, yeah, me being one of them, it doesn't narrow it down, but I just love the wrestling business. Have loved the wrestling business since I was 5. Or since, like, I mean, 5 was just when I started remembering watching wrestling with my dad when I was that age, and then just having it carry on throughout the years. Being an avid wrestling fan, I dropped off for a little bit, and it was towards like I think the end of the Attitude Era into whatever era was after that. I don't really remember because it got jumbled, I think, with the genre they were trying to pursue. And and for those that watched the video with me and Nerd in the Bay, I mentioned the only reason why I started coming back was I actually came back into wrestling was because of the Four Horsewomen, and that's all thanks to NXT. But then you couldn't have NXT without Triple H, because we are, like, those who know, Triple H is the reason NXT is so damn popular. But I mean, y'all can give Triple H a bad rap about what's been happening with NXT, because I mean, it's not his fault. He didn't know. It wasn't his final call to let a lot of those people go. I mean, Bronson Reed was a huge loss to me, I think, because they had him on a good push, and I could say that him and Swerve would have been like a pretty good rivalry, really. Like, just to watch both of them go back and forth, because when you got guys like Bronson Reed, as big as Bronson Reed is, I mean, don't get me wrong, everybody looks down on the big guys and feels like he's like, I think Vince saw him like another earthquake. Which is kind of dumb, because the dude can move. And like with a lot of the others, they got let go. I mean, it sucks, because another good tag team was Breezango. And for those that, I mean, their names are in it, Breeze and Fandango. But for those that don't remember them really, they were on the main roster as the Fashion Police, which was pretty cool, I think, because they had some funny skits. And then what else? As far as the terminations go, I mean, what's his name from Diamond Mine? Tyler Rust. That was surprising, because they could have done a lot with that guy. But with Diamond Mine, you got what, as Creed would say, there's Malcolm Bivens, which is his main guy, on Battle of the Brands. Shout out to Up Up Down Down. I'm not the real champ. I just wanted this belt because the real champ, we all know, is Mia Yim, aka the Shelty Slayer. Shout out to Mia Yim for finally getting that huge win over Shelton Benjamin. Oh, brings me to my next point. Funny segue, yeah, I know. But whoever saw the Up Up Down Down Homecoming 2021 and Mia Yim's match with Shelton Benjamin, Samoa Joe, aka Joey Head Rocker, is back. He's back. And I'm so glad he's back. Active and an active roster member, thanks to Sir William Regal. And new NXT champion. I had a feeling they were going to give it to Joe because Karrion Kross was doing too much, and I had a feeling that Karrion Kross's storyline was going to carry over to him going to the main roster, because I think he was the only one. Yeah, he was the only one still like at the time current NXT champion going over to the main roster, still with the belt. Shocked the hell out of me, yes, I know. Probably shocked a lot of people. But then I had a feeling that once he did that, his reign in NXT was going to be over soon. And then I don't think they could have done a better storyline, honestly, because what better way to transition his main roster like carryover than with Samoa Joe, because one, Karrion Kross just laid waste to anything and everything, which brings me to another point with Karrion Kross, because I mean, shout out to Jeff Hardy, because he destroyed Karrion Kross's main roster debut with that cheater's pin. But hey, it's Jeff Hardy, dude. He can do what he wants. That guy's done anything and everything in the business. He's destroyed a lot of teams. Just thought of another one. The Dudleys. Yes, I had to do that because the Dudleys, again, shout out to ECW and their roster. Like, even though they're spread out throughout the wrestling universe and organizations, but the Dudleys, Hardys, another one, Hardys, Edge and Christian, The Brood, and it goes into factions. DX, of course, NWO, there's, the list goes on and on. But yeah, I mean, Jeff Hardy destroying Karrion Kross's main roster debut was, it couldn't have played out any better, I think, because that meant him losing to Jeff Hardy meant Karrion Kross was not invincible, because he thought, ego. You put a character out like that, thinks he can just walk through each brand and destroy anything and everything that comes in his way. Nah, bruh. Nah. Jeff Hardy knocked you down a couple pegs. I think it helped your character, but after losing to Samoa Joe, what exactly is that outfit? And correct me if I'm wrong, people. That helmet he came out with, didn't Demolition come out with that? I think so. If y'all look back in the history, like some might not understand it, but back in the VHS days, Demolition used to rock that same cross suspender looking thing with those masks. But it didn't look Spartan, like it wrapped under the chin, you know, it looked like fetish type, but yeah, let's not go there. Yeah. I mean, I can go on and on, but it's just, we can save that for another time. Hopefully, for Extreme Rules next month, me and Nerd in the Bay, we're gonna try and hook up again and do another one of those prediction videos for all y'all out there. Y'all like the last one we did, so why not continue, right? Hopefully, I still got this going, and hopefully, it's gonna be a little more tapered and more Road Warrior looking. But for now, I think this is good. I like it. Although it just looks like I just took it straight down the middle and cut the rest. But no. This was a process. Trust me. Trust me. My boy Nelly hooked it up. Barbershop 101. Top of the Hill, Daly City. Look them up. That's for Nelden. That's for Adrian. That's another barber there that I got cool with because of like meeting Nelly and all that through Classic Bowling Center. But like for those that have never been in a true barbershop setting that want to get their hair cut, check them out. It's a legit experience. Like for me, I knew walking in there, being my first time, it was gonna be a trip, but it's just like in the movie Barbershop with Ice Cube, Cedric the Entertainer, and all of them. It's just like that. It's one of those spots where you get cool with the barber, and then everybody in there, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just the vibe is different. And it's one of those things where you walk in there not knowing what to expect, but then when you leave, you feel like you're one of them. So I appreciate Barbershop 101. Especially Nelly, my barber, hooking it up. It was his first time doing something like this, my first time getting something like this, and we were both loving it. Like I said, when we were first talking about it, we were getting juiced about it just mentioning it. So, and I took a picture in the barbershop, and I don't want to drag this on too long and start sounding like fucking egotistical or some shit, but oop, my bad. But hey, it is the real world. You can't censor everything, right? And if I'm talking to you like I'm talking to my people, I'm gonna throw out some cuss words here and there. Ain't nobody perfect. But to reenact the picture, it goes a little something like this. Whoa, what a rush. Yes, yes. In ode and in honor and inspiration for this guy goes to the Road Warriors, Legion of Doom, however you want to refer to them. Like I said earlier, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment, hit the bell, turn on all notifications for when I drop another one. I know that's few and far between. This is going to be starting something new, I think. Because I'm going to keep this. I don't care what y'all think. Let's be real. I want to get a haircut. This is the one I wanted. I don't know what else to say, so I'm gonna end it here. I'm letting it drag. Like I said, I didn't want to do, but from your boy, Dose of Energy, to you people, take it easy out there. Do what you love. Shout out to Up, Up, Down, Down. Keep it tight. And I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully it's soon. Peace.